Alright, geometry. We are now in chapter 6, section 1, perpendicular and angle bisectors. This is going to be a quick screencast. We're just looking at a couple terms and definitions today. We'll do the rest in class tomorrow. We looked at perpendicular bisectors in chapter 3. So right here you see CP is a bisector, a perpendicular bisector of AB. And then the term equidistant means that it's the same distance from two different places. Like P is equidistant from A and B. Now, theorem 6.1 is perpendicular bisector theorem. So, in a plane, if a point lies on the perpendicular bisector of a segment, then it is equidistant from the end point to those segments. So C is equidistant, the same distance from A and B. Theorem 6.2 is the converse of the perpendicular bisector theorem. In a plane, if a point is equidistant from the endpoints of a segment, then it lies on the perpendicular bisector. So D is equidistant from A and B, which means if I extend this bisector, D lies on that perpendicular bisector. The angle bisector theorem says if a point lies on the bisector of an angle, then it is equidistant from the two sides of the angle. Now that distance, remember, always has to be in a perpendicular line. Okay, the closest distance from a point to a line is the perpendicular line. And then finally we have the converse of that. If a point is in the interior of an angle and equidistant from the two sides, then it lies on the bisector of the angle. Alright, so that's all for today. We will talk about the rest in class tomorrow. Whoop-de-doo!